Drew has now become, aware of some things that she didn't know before, and now the reality of who Meghan really is setting in to people like Drew.
Something major just went down between Meghan Markle and Drew Barrymore, and the internet is in full meltdown mode. Sources say their friendship is over, and not in a quiet, grown-up way either. There's buzz about behind-the-scenes tension, awkward moments, and a sudden fallout that no one saw coming. And now there's even talk of another messy allegation involving industry whispers and some seriously shady behavior. So what really happened between these two? And why is everyone suddenly turning on Meghan? Before we answer all your questions, make sure you had subscribed to our channel. Meghan Markle and Drew Barrymore actually had what many fans would call an unexpected but promising Hollywood connection. While they didn't run in the same circles for years, their friendship started gaining traction when Meghan began fully stepping into her post-royal media-savvy era. With Drew hosting her successful daytime talk show and Meghan producing content through her Archewell brand, the two found themselves aligned in similar spaces, female-led, empowering, public-facing platforms. Their shared interests in mental health, women's rights, and personal storytelling made them a natural fit for public appearances and behind closed doors.
It's me presenting her with an E.T. doll. And it was one of the most special moments of my life. And I loved her so much.
Oh, this is Meghan. This is Meghan. Hi, hey, nice to meet you. Oh, that's beautiful. Nice to meet you, Meg. Oh my gosh. Look at your little face.
Meghan even mentioned Drew as someone she admired, and there were rumors that both were exploring collaborative ideas, maybe even a joint project. The media picked up on their subtle interactions, shared values, and occasional supportive gestures online. It wasn't a flashy, paparazzi-heavy friendship, but it was very Hollywood quiet, which often means it was real. Fans started to notice Drew publicly praising Meghan in interviews, and there were whispers that the two had connected on a deeper, more personal level. Both women had publicly navigated toxic press coverage, personal reinvention, and the pressure of always being on in front of the world. That mutual understanding created a sense of closeness, or so it seemed. So, what actually happened to flip this quiet friendship into a full-blown fallout? According to multiple insiders, things started to shift after Meghan's team allegedly reached out to Drew's people about a possible feature or deeper collaboration. While Drew was reportedly open to it at first, something about the vibe didn't sit right. Behind closed doors, sources say there was tension over control. Who would lead the conversation, how much airtime Meghan would get, and whether it would be more of a feature on Meghan than a real conversation with her. It was subtle at first.
Drew's expression was priceless. You could see it. This is the look where when you give this look, I'm not buying it look, you're like, no, I'm not really buying the story, but I gotta be polite. Let me just do a smile, But her body language, like the entire time, Drew's like, do I really buy the story? Do I have to? Let me be nice, because that's how Drew is. She's overly nice, as we all know. It's a big controversy on how she gets very close and there's a body language. But sorry, I'm not buying the story. I am not buying the story at all. There is more traveling than staying, and there's nothing wrong with traveling. Okay, busy moms, respect that role. It's a great role to have. You guys are busy, totally understandable, but nothing wrong with saying it as well, right? Admitting it, that you have someone helping you out. And what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong. So anyway, this was funny, to say the least.
Drew, known for her easygoing and warm hosting style, apparently felt like things were becoming too calculated. Then came the moment that really pushed things over the edge, an awkward meeting or call, depending on who you ask, where Meghan allegedly dominated the planning, redirected the focus, and made things, well, all about her. That left Drew feeling sidelined in her own space. Insiders also hint that Drew started feeling used. While she may have been genuinely supportive of Meghan at the start, it started to seem like the connection was more strategic than sincere. There were whispers that Meghan saw Drew's platform as another stepping stone in her post-royal media climb, and Drew wasn't having it.
When was the last time you were surprised and delighted?
Last night,
And also this morning, but last night when I went back to my hotel, there was this sweet card from my kids and my husband saying, "We're so proud of you, Mama, and congrats on the show," and with flowers. And I just thought, okay, here we go. And I felt so loved. So that he had planned it in advance to make sure it was there when I got to my hotel room.
Now here's where things get even murkier. Some sources claim that after the tension, Meghan allegedly made remarks to a few industry contacts about Drew's relevance and her fit for modern audiences. Whether that actually happened or not is still up for debate, but it was enough to make Drew pull back hard. While the silence between Meghan and Drew is making headlines, it's not the only thing raising eyebrows lately. Behind the scenes, Meghan's latest business venture, American Riviera Orchard, has left fans and critics alike scratching their heads. What was supposed to be her big lifestyle brand debut has turned into more of a mystery than a movement. The launch began with a perfectly curated Instagram page, soft lighting, dreamy visuals, and a handwritten logo that looked straight out of a high-end design studio. But beyond the aesthetic, not much. The only real product that surfaced is a limited batch of strawberry jams. And those products sparked more confusion than excitement. Each one was numbered, beautifully packaged, and styled like a collector's item, raising questions about whether this was a legitimate launch or just a soft PR moment.
Selling jam, herbal tea, cookie mix, honey, £22 for a jar of honey, by the way. And it's got a nice, lovely little label on it which says, "As ever," which of course is the name of her new business.
Yes.
Well, I mean, what a load of old cobblers.
Well, as ever, she never ceases to amaze us here.
My favourite line in the story is this. In an accompanying interview, Prince Harry's wife, 43, was said to be clearly bothered by critics, mocking her show and viewers dubbing her out of touch. And then it says, speaking from her £12 million mansion in Montecito, California, Meghan said, "It's not fair! It's not fair! I'm not out of touch! Harry! Harry!" I mean, for God's sake. I mean, crepe mix, £11.
It's madness. It's absolutely madness. I mean, it also says that she hopes to cash in on her own, on her Netflix cookery show. And I think to myself, well, when you've got nothing else,
yeah,
as long as you've got hope.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly right. It's the hope that kills.
Trademark filings hint that Meghan wants to expand the brand into everything from cookbooks and kitchenware to food products and table linens. But right now, the business feels more like a placeholder than a platform. Months have gone by, and there's been no rollout, no marketing strategy, and no follow-up. Just one round of jam and then silence. Fans who were initially excited are starting to lose patience. For someone trying to build a credible name in the lifestyle space, Meghan's jam rollout has done more to spark confusion than confidence. And paired with the fallout from her Hollywood friendships, it's adding to a narrative that Meghan's carefully crafted brand might be struggling to find its footing.
So she was snubbed by Hollywood. What's hilarious is that Meghan really did think, I'm told, that when she paid $12,000 for the right to go to Kevin Costner, that would give her speaking rights too. After all, she'd just come from Germany, where she had been lauded at the Invictus Games. But that wasn't Hollywood. She wanted to do the same in Hollywood. And she was convinced she was going to get the right to make the same sort of speech, you know, the great speech about being a great lover and deeply affected by all the poverty and all the rest of it. But they were having none of it. So she was snubbed by Hollywood, and that really is pretty sad to think you can buy a microphone for $12,000 when really if she paid $100,000 she would have had the right to speak, but she was too cheapskate to pay the full rate.
Publicly, Meghan has stayed silent about the alleged fallout with Drew Barrymore, but according to sources close to her, behind the scenes, it's a different story. Meghan is reportedly furious about how this situation has spiraled and feels completely blindsided by Drew's sudden cold shoulder. Insiders claim she sees the whole thing as a betrayal. From Meghan's perspective, she believed she and Drew were aligned, not just professionally, but personally. So when Drew suddenly distanced herself and the headlines started rolling in, Meghan wasn't just annoyed, she was angry. Some say she's been venting privately, calling the entire thing petty, and accusing Drew of using her name to stir up attention. But what seems to be bothering Meghan even more is the growing pattern she can't ignore. This isn't the first time someone high-profile has stepped away quietly, and Meghan reportedly feels like Hollywood is slowly turning on her.
So I've been told if it was 5 years ago, she would have invited Meghan. But I think there's so few people now who haven't seen what she's really like, and actually how upset the royal family have been and how revoltingly rude she's been, that she wasn't invited.
People she once considered allies are distancing themselves, and instead of rallying around her, the industry seems to be stepping back. Sources also say Meghan is frustrated with how the media is spinning everything. She feels like no matter what she does, launch a brand, build a podcast, connect with other women, it's twisted, criticized, or mocked. And now, with the Drew situation being painted as a humiliation, it's only added fuel to that resentment. She allegedly believes there's a double standard and that women like her, outspoken, ambitious, and unwilling to play by outdated rules, are still punished for it. But what do you think? Is the media being unfair to Meghan, or is she burning bridges faster than she can build new ones? Let us know in the comments below.